From the National Newsroom of the Canadian Press, I'm David Augustine. Finance Minister Dominic LeBlanc is in Washington, D.C. to meet with U.S. Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick at the White House. LeBlanc first met with Lutnick in November after he and Prime Minister Justin Trudeau traveled to U.S. President Donald Trump's Mar-a-Lago resort in Florida. Canada's premiers are also in Washington meeting with some of Trump's top advisors, hoping to sway the president away from tariffs. Meanwhile, Canada's fentanyl czar Kevin Brousseau met the public today for the first time. The former RCMP deputy commissioner says he will be working with his U.S. counterparts to improve Canada's efforts to detect and disrupt the trade of fentanyl.
Getting the number to zero is in fact a goal and should be our goal. If it's 1 pound, 10 pounds, we all know the amount of deaths that possibly could represent. This is a national security and a public safety crisis. We should be focused on eliminating the scourge that is fentanyl in this country and in the United States.
The role of fentanyl czar was created in response to Trump's threat to impose steep tariffs on all goods from Canada, citing the flow of illegal drugs, including fentanyl. A new poll finds Canadians are seeing a massive surge in patriotism and anxiety levels.
82% of Canadians are worried about Trump using the threat of tariffs to pressure Canada into a closer union with the U.S. But Trump's threats are also significantly boosting national pride, with 85% saying they feel proud to be a Canadian right now. Leger pollster Andrew Enns says there's no recent comparison.
Potentially Vancouver 2010 Winter Olympics, the golden goal.
The survey reached over 1,500 adults from Friday to Monday. Online polls don't come with a margin of error. Kyle Duggan, The Canadian Press, Ottawa.
Defense Minister Bill Blair says he doesn't see Trump's talk of turning Canada into the 51st state as a serious threat. He spoke today in Brussels ahead of a meeting with NATO allies.
Certainly we're concerned about those remarks, and I think overwhelmingly for all Canadians, those remarks are offensive, and we're proud of our country. And we've assured all of our allies we're prepared to stand up for our country. I do not believe that represents a real threat to us.
Last week, Trudeau told Canadian business leaders behind closed doors Trump's threat was a real thing, citing the American president's desire to access Canada's critical minerals. Environment Canada has issued winter weather warnings across several provinces. Ontario and Quebec could see anywhere between 15 to 40 centimeters by tomorrow afternoon. While fans and crew of Hudson and Rex are mourning the death of the hit show's Canine star. The production company behind the City TV detective series says 8-year-old Diesel succumbed to cancer last August. Diesel appeared in more than 100 episodes of the show, which stars John Reardon as Detective Charlie Hudson. Now, Diesel's owner and handler Sherry Davis thanked fans for their support in an Instagram post expressing emptiness and heartbreak. This is the Canadian Press. In sports, Canada's Premier League champion Calgary FC looks to keep the upsets rolling as they take on Mexico's Pumas tomorrow in the next leg of their CONCACAF Champions Cup first-round series. Calgary coach Tommy Wheeldon Jr. acknowledges winning will be a tougher task in Mexico.
It's an honor to be in such a famous stadium and playing against a three-time champion of this tournament. So we know that it's going to be a tough game, and we're preparing it to be a tough game. And we have the utmost respect for what we've got to do out there on the pitch tomorrow.
Cavalry lost to Orlando City in the first round last year. The Four Nations Face-Off tournament kicks off at Montreal's Bell Centre as Canada gets set to face Sweden. The tournament also includes the United States and Finland and is the first international tournament featuring top-tier NHL talent since the 2016 World Cup. Former Toronto Blue Jays star slugger Jose Bautista is among the Canadian Baseball Hall of Fame's class of 2025. His most memorable moment on the Jays was his bat flip home run against the Texas Rangers in the 2015 American League Division Series. From the Canadian Press, I'm David Augustine.
Thanks for listening. Don't forget to follow and subscribe. For more of today's top stories, visit thecanadianpressnews.ca.